Hey, it's Brian.
Hey, it's Barry.
And welcome to the 100th episode of the Collecti-Bros Podcast. Today you've joined us for part of our mainline series, Is It Worth It?, where we pick a game and we discuss the story, the gameplay, the graphics, the sound and music, and then we ask the ultimate question, is it worth it? Looking over the price and collectibility and determine if it's worth your time and money. Today's game that we've selected is Sega Bass Fishing 2 for the Dreamcast.
Great 100th episode.
Yeah, I probably would have picked a different episode if I would have realized this was episode 100, but hey man, the show must go on.
Yeah. I will say 100 episodes doesn't sound like a lot for a podcast, because sometimes you see podcasts that have like a shit ton of episodes, but we only do this bi-weekly.
Right.
And that is 4 years worth of podcasts for us.
We've made it longer than most statistically, and for two people just as a hobby, that ain't so bad, brother. That ain't so bad.
Yep. It's 4 years of podcasting.
Yeah, man.
And all of 2 people who listen.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing.
Oh, God. Well, it's funny. Again, I probably would have picked a different game, realizing it's such a big episode. But this is a good piggyback off our last episode, was collectible sports games, and this is the most valuable sports game that I own. And I'm a huge fan of the original Sega Bass Fishing. It is honestly my favorite Dreamcast game. I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, you guys know me. Obviously, I collect fishing games, but man, I think the first game is like the perfect arcade game, and you know, Sega was trying to make the Dreamcast like an arcade machine at home, right? And I think everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say this, but I think Sega Bass Fishing is a system seller. If you want that like unique home arcade experience, I think it's the perfect game for it. You can kind of just casually pick at it. You can go crazy with it. And obviously Sega thought the same thing, you know. They made a sequel to this game. So we're going to look into that here in a minute. Let me get some bullshit out of the way. If this sounds interesting or fun, please check out our episodes wherever podcasts are available.
Wow, that's bullshit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, no.
Wow.
No one wants to listen to this bullshit. It's required.
Wow.
But yeah, check us out on YouTube for video podcasts where we do reviews and pickup videos as well. The Discord QR code is on the screen if you guys want to come chat with us for free.
Or in the show notes if you're an audio listener.
Absolutely. And you guys can check us out on social media at Collecti-Bros Pod. But yeah, let's get on to the episode. So yeah, we were talking about how Sega wanted to kind of piggyback off the success of the original Sega Bass Fishing, right? And it's crazy because like obviously it's like a best hits or whatever with the orange label, but I don't think people realize like how successful the original Sega Bass Fishing was. Like obviously it was a huge arcade game. I think, you know, mainly because the cabinet's crazy looking. There's literally a giant fishing rod with like tension on the line and you fight the fish and it's loud. But the Dreamcast port, like to give you guys kind of like perspective of how well it did, it's the 11th best-selling game on the platform. Sold over 1 million units, 20,000 less than NBA 2K. And you guys know what kind of juggernaut NBA 2K is. Like obviously it wasn't what it is now, but the fact that it's even in the same league, crazy. Like it's nuts that this game could even hang with it. Like it's definitely a winner. So Sega, when they were like, hey, let's make a sequel to this thing, we like money, right? They realized that they didn't want to do like a 1-to-1 arcade game because it's kind of pointless, right? You don't want to do just another fishing game, make it identical, maybe change the scenery. So they're like, what can we do differently here? They decided to, yeah.
If it's not broke.
Yeah, I mean, there's lessons that should have been learned, I guess, you know. But they decided to kind of go in a more, I don't want to say realistic, but they wanted to add realistic elements to it. The biggest thing they wanted to do was add like weather effects. They wanted to add dynamic weather, which is pretty cool actually. Depth, so like there's a lot of different terrain within the levels. The ability to drive your boat around freely. They just wanted to make it more of like a fishing experience made for a home market instead of like an arcade. You know, your time to put your quarter in, play for 5 minutes, move on with your day. And there's some things they succeeded with and some things they didn't. But I don't know, man. I get why they wanted to do this for like the home market. Arcade market was kind of dead when this came out. And if it wasn't dead, it was on live support. This was 2001, you gotta think. So it makes sense to be like, hey, let's make this for home. Let's skip the arcade, because the original was an arcade port, you know. I get it, but at the same time, it's like you lose kind of your DNA when you do that. Like, doesn't make me realize why is it called Sega Bass Fishing 2. It should have been called like Sega Bass Fishing Sim or something. I don't know. But they did what they did. And it's funny too, because they even put the arcade Dream Team. Oh my God, I can't talk today. It is early. They put the arcade Dream Team on development for this game. It's actually Sega AM1, but at this time they were developing under WoW Entertainment. But yeah, you know, you've heard of them. They did House of the Dead games. They did Die Hard Arcade. They did Golden Axe. They did Virtua Fighter. Like, it's the number one dream team for Sega arcade games. And they decided to make them do the home port. So here we are. There's not a lot of information about this game. It's another reason why I picked this. So I tried to find some more like development insights. There's just not a lot of information about this game. Like, even if you go to the Wikipedia, it's the smallest Wikipedia I've ever seen, which I usually don't use Wikipedia because it's bullshit, you know? But you can usually like piggyback off that, and sometimes there is cited sources. It's the most empty Wikipedia page I've ever seen. Yeah. It's like released August 21st, 21.
Yeah, or even what's the fan wiki site? It's not like Wikipedia, but it's like a Wikipedia
fandom HQ or something. Yeah.
Like that. Even those, like, I'll surf around because you can type whatever shit you want in there.
Right.
But a lot of, like, sometimes people do cite articles, and I'm like, okay, cool, let me find the article. But this is thin.
For this game, it's a ghost, man. And that's, you know, another reason why I wanted to pick this. I kind of like picking games that don't get a lot of shine on this podcast. Like we did the DS game, Fighting Fantasy. It's like one of 3 videos on the internet about that game. And there is like gameplay videos and stuff for this, but there's nobody talking about like, there's a couple of reviews, but no one goes deep diving into like the mechanics and, you know, the actual game itself. So I kind of wanted to give this game a rub for what it's worth. As a fan of the original, I feel like 2 deserves that, but we'll share our thoughts. Let's move on to the probably the meatiest portion of this game, the story.
Womp womp.
Yeah, so the story for this game. Boy, I feel like I do this once a year where I just pick a game where there's just not a story that exists.
All right, putting you on the clock. This is going to be about a 2-minute section.
Yeah, it's going to be quick.
To be fair, you know what? Now we're going from the longest fucking section of our last Is It Worth It of Drakengard to a non-existent one. Right. We had to have some storytelling healing here.
Yin and yang, bro. It's
the story of our game preferences.
It really is, dude, honestly. I guess if I had to say like the story here, it's tournament mode, right? Like you picked a named fisherman and they have different stats, which I think we'll talk a little bit more about in the gameplay. But yeah, the basic premise is you sign up for like the Sega Bass Fishing Amateur Tournament and you're trying to win against the computer. Your rewards for winning, you basically get new lures, you get new locations, you get some new characters. But there's no like...
That's not the story, Brian. Right. What's the story of the game?
The story is you're a guy that likes to fish, or a lady that likes to fish.
That's it.
And you fish, you reel them in, you catch them, you release them.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot here. Yeah, the story, I guess that is more gameplay, huh? But you know what? We're not going to beat a dead horse here. Hold on.
Here, I'll blow this section up and I'll read the back of the book. Hook, the big one. Sega Bass Fishing 2 totally redefines the virtual fishing experience with realistic lakes and lifelike ecologies. There's still no story here. Watch out! The fish are even smarter this time around. I feel like it's kind of framed as like it could be a game where the fish like do like sinister things.
We have to make a story for this game.
Get out of it. Even with over 100 lures and the freedom to cast anywhere, you'll need every ounce of skill that you have if you want to fill your boat. Jump into your boat and motor around to find the perfect casting point, featuring lush environments, seasons, weather, and more. Compete in tournaments to unlock new lakes and lures. And that's it.
I mean, yeah, dude.
Hold on, what's the book got?
It's a lot of like hints and like telling you what all the bullshit on the screen is.
It goes straight to setting up and game display and how to fish.
Because I was even looking like maybe I can find some character backgrounds in the book or something. No. No.
Yeah, there's like characters, and it says select the character with or without sunglasses.
Yeah, it's just customization and shit. Like, there's no story and backstory, which, again, if you're trying to make a home release, I'm not saying it's necessary for this type of game, but it would have been nice if it would have been like, let's give these guys some backstory and some personality. Because I'm thinking, like, Sega AM1, like, look at Crazy Taxi. It's an arcade game, but like the characters you pick are so like drastically different, and they have different voices, different souls. This game said, "Nah, fuck that."
I mean, it would have been like you guys could at least put in a blurb for like who these people are.
Right.
We didn't even get that.
Yeah.
So like when I was trying to pick my character, I've been like, who am I gonna pick? I'm like, I don't fucking. Who has the best stats, I guess.
Right.
None of these people are interesting. I was like, let me get that old dude in the plaid.
Yeah, with the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny. I was looking at him. His name is Jacob Carter. I don't want to put the slander on Mr. Carter. But yeah, he was funny. I ended up going with Alex Taylor just because he's like the typical like most rounded guy. Like he was the one that wears like the Bass Pro
I read
shit.
somewhere that was like he's the great starter dude.
Yep, that's why I picked him.
Him and literally Carter, and I was like, guess I'll pick Carter.
Yeah, dude. I should have gone with Carter. He's the funniest one. But yeah, I wish they could have just injected some like soul into these characters, I'm not saying you have to make it like, whoa, look at these wacky characters, but like do something, man. Especially if you're sitting here saying we want to make this like a home game. And it's not necessary for this genre, but boy, it would have fucking helped. There's nothing here. Like, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but there's nothing in the story.
No.
Like zero. Maybe the lowest we've ever had for this show. And we've done a couple where we've been like, shit, let's fill some time. Like, this one might be number one.
I have nothing else to say about the story of this.
Either do I. I'm moving on to the gameplay because there actually is a lot here. All right, so the modes. I think there's a bunch of different like mechanics in this game, but I want to cover the modes first to kind of go over these. The first one we talked about briefly was tournament mode, and this is kind of where you're going to spend most of your time. You select your tournament. You start out with the Sega Bass Fishing Open, and what you do here is you get a section of time, and you pick what zone or area you want to fish in, and at the end of the day, your weight is what determines how well you do, right? So if you get 15 fish and it's a total weight of like 104 pounds, like you're gonna do well. That ain't gonna happen. I just picked the numbers. I'm sorry, but the idea here is you're winning these tournaments. You're moving on to different areas and zones. You're unlocking different free fishing areas, different lures, different characters. This is like where you're gonna progress basically. You also have free fishing available, which is kind of you just pick a lake. There's no like pressure, you just fish freely, try to find different areas where the fish may be. You can pick the weather, you can select the date. It's a nice option. You're still timed. It's not like you can just sit there forever and fish. It just kind of lets you get a feel of the lake and maybe find some good spots, find some good fish. You have character mode. This is where you can customize your character. That just means change the color of their outfit, take their hat off, or put their sunglasses on. Like, there's not a lot of depth there.
In the boat?
Right. On the boat, it's true. You can change the boat color. I don't want to slander the boat. My bad.
Can't change the kind of boat, just the boat color.
Right. Everybody gets the same boat. It's the opposite of, like, real fishing with dudes, like, flexing on their stupid, souped-out boats. But the coolest, like, non-playable portion of, like, the modes, I guess, was the data book. I don't know if you got to mess around with that. It was cool until I realized it's only small and largemouth bass. Yeah, that's the most disappointing part, man. But basically, this is like a digital records. You can see like your total fish data for like how many you've caught, the total weight, the average weight, and then your top 5 fish swim around in an aquarium. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!"
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah, I got my big boy, my 16-pounder floating around there. But yeah, it reminded me of Seaman too, just the way they like kind of move around the screen. I was like, oh, nostalgia, this is awesome. But yeah, they're actual fish instead of fishmen. But yeah, that was really cool. I didn't know that was in there. That was a nice little surprise. And see, like I feel like something that's a good addition for a home mode. Like that wasn't in the original.
Yeah.
But that was a cool little thing. And at the end of the day, yeah, there are other fish species in this game. You've got panfish, you've got stripers, but they don't get to go in there. That would have been awesome too, because I'm a fish fan.
Well, that's what sucks, because like as you're fishing, there are so many more other fish than there's available bass to catch. And I was like, how many times do I gotta catch a goddamn pike before I can find a bass?
Oh yeah.
Or I'm like, I see, like, we'll get into it, but I see a bass going for my lure, and here comes a fucking bluegill out of nowhere sniping my shit, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Bro.
Ugh.
In real life, I love pan fishing just because, like, they're so aggressive with those little fuckers, you know? And plus, they taste great, and they're easy to clean. But, like, this game was so funny because the first game, there's no other fish. And, like you're saying, there's other fish in this game, and I was like, what a great addition. And I thought it was super cool the first time I saw a bluegill. I started smiling. Bro, they're like fucking great white sharks where they just attack your shit and they don't care, dude.
It's fine in free mode, but the issue with this is the game is on a timer and the timer moves very fast. So every time that I'm trying to catch a fish and something else gets to it first, it chews up so much time of me trying to not catch it or just like let it jump off the hook or like whatever. I'm like, dude, so I spend 3/4 of my time battling fucking bluegill off my stupid hook.
The crappie were the worst for me, bro.
The crappie were bad. The bluegill were bad. I would say half of the game is defending your fucking lure from the fish that you don't want.
Yeah.
And then the other quarter of the game is trying to find a fish that you want.
Dude.
So you have a quarter of your day to actively like cast and catch bass that don't want to bite. Yeah. They don't want to bite anything.
They're smart. Remember the back of the jewel case? It said they're smart.
God.
Yeah, man. I thought the extra fish was going to be a really cool addition. Like, I was smiling ear to ear initially when I played it because I'm like, this is awesome. And then I realized they don't count. And they're just there to make the game like artificially more difficult, right?
Yeah, it would be a little more interesting if there were fish there that... There were some lures where it was like a risk and reward type lure where it was like you're more likely to like attract a big one with this, but other fish also are attracted to it. So if you wanted to use it, there was the chance that like you were going to get the smaller non-bass fish that come to your lure.
Right.
But like every single lure attracted every single fish other than your fucking bass.
For real, dude.
Everything. Like, I couldn't switch to a lure that they did not want to come bite.
Oh, they go for every single one. Even ones that are like, I was picking like gigantic hooks to be like, all right, fuckers, bite this.
The ones that are like the deep depth one, and I'm like, we're still grabbing these on the top before they even get to the bottom.
Yeah.
Them bitches.
I was literally grabbing like crankbait with like the biggest hook I could possibly get on and be like, it's bigger than the fish. It'll literally just go through the fucking forehead of the fucking crappie.
I mean, we do know from experience that is true.
Yeah, that's true. This is your chance to brag about your crappie on a lure, bro.
No, it was a bluegill.
That was a bluegill, that's right, yeah.
Which one? What was it on a crankbait?
That was a little top float. Yeah, a little pencil lure. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was a big.
Yeah, that was decent. Big, yeah. It was circle hooks, yeah. That was sick. Yeah. It's funny. No, it's actually making me think like, you know, in real life, I like going for panfish and shit just because they're fun, but if only it was this easy in real life, dude, right? But yeah, as far as like the gameplay itself and the mechanics, the way I would summarize this is you've got 3 basic, like, I don't want to say stages, but if you think like D&D action economy, you've got like movement, casting, and like...
Oh my god,
fishing,
you're so pilled.
Fishing as a verb, right? Fishing as a noun is one thing, though. Like, fishing as a verb is the third action.
God damn it.
But yeah, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to move your boat around the lake and you're going to scoot it across and find like a good spot. Because the first game, it was like very much, you're going left or right and that's it. This game, it's like, here's the big-ass lake, go where you want. And I thought that was pretty cool. However, like you're saying, you're on a timer. And you know how long it takes to get to a good spot on this fucking boat? I'm talking, you could crank that throttle all the way up and just, and it still takes forever to get where you need to go. And every second's valuable, bro. This was like Harvest Moon fast. Like, it was crazy how fast the time goes. I never actually sit there and timed it. Because
it's a second a minute.
Oh my god.
Every second that passes when you're playing it, a minute goes by in
That's
the
the
game
thing,
time.
and you're starting at like, 6 in the morning. And it ends, I think, at 5 p.m., right? But it's...
So you basically get like 12 minutes. 12 real-time minutes to try and catch enough fish to beat these people in the top 3.
And you ain't beating them, spoiler.
Fuck no.
Because that's the thing,
They're
like...
averaging 8-pound fish.
It's insane, dude. Like, the artificial...
All I can get is crappie.
Right. They don't count. He just throws them back. And it's like, don't throw them back because they're going to fuck with the hook again. But, like, the artificial difficulty of, like, wasting time moving the boat and sinking the lures down so deep because apparently these fishes are in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
Like, that was my biggest disappointment with the gameplay. But as far as like moving
on a trench.
I thought it felt really good, like actually driving the boat control wise. That was a nice addition, I think. It just sucks that like it shouldn't count against you for trying to go to a good spot initially. If you want to move afterwards, I get, but like what's the first thing you do when you go to a lake in real life? You're like, oh, let's go over there, and then you start fishing. Like I just feel like a video game shouldn't penalize you for like it starts you out in a random place. If you got to pick honestly, where you start, whatever.
At this point, they might as well put the fucking boat ramp in the game and made you launch your boat.
That wastes more time.
Shit.
That would have been fucking hilarious, dude. And then be like, oh, fuck, I can't line it up. And you're just struggling. And there's a line behind you, so people start yelling at you. Make it realistic. Fuck it. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, my God.
They make you gotta get out the boat and get up your truck and back the fucking trailer in there.
Tie it up so it doesn't steal your shit. Run back up the ramp. Run down the ramp. Yeah, dude, fuck it. Just go full realism.
God.
God, it's fucking hilarious. I'm dying. Flashbacks.
Childhood.
Yeah, for real, dude. If, so, like, after you select your location, and this is cool, too, because a lot of the locations are, like, varied. I know most of the time you think it's just a big empty lake. Like, nah, dude, there's bushes and shit. There's docks. Like, you can pick a good area to go find, like, where fish would be hiding in shrubbery and shit, right? But then you pick your casting. This one's interesting because there's different types of casting you can do based on your environment. You've got up, down, left, and right, control the casting type. If you're pushing up, you can cast it further with like an overhead cast. If you're fishing towards a bank, that's good for doing that. Left underhand's softer. You go across your body so you can like avoid debris and shit. Right side's like more precision. Your dominant side, it's you can go like if it's windy, so you don't just send your shit flying. That's really nice. I think it's cool that was in there. Like that wasn't in the first one. It was just push A and cast it. This was a really good addition. However, it's like we already talked about. You waste so much time actually getting the cast. Do you have the time to sit there and decipher what cast should I do? You're fighting for your life against the clock this whole game, dude. So most of the time I'm like, let me just get this fucker in the water.
The docks were awful because there'd be a fish under the dock and I'd try and do a side cast to get under there, but it wouldn't cast it far enough to even like get the fish to be interested.
Dude.
So I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to get that far under this dock?
Right.
I can't push it any further.
What I started doing like towards the end, I would be like fucking overcast just as far as I could and then just try to like bring it in. But even then, the fish is like, oh, wait, I want to pursue the lure. This isn't how we do it. It turns into a video game real quick when you're even trying to get their attention. And that kind of brings us to, like, the perfect segue. Our third point's, like, when the lure's in the water, right? This is when it turns into a fucking video game because, man, I'm trying to, this could have been awesome. Okay, so there's a ton of lures to choose from. There's over 100 in the game. There's 130 lures you can unlock. Very cool. The big thing is it turns into a simulation because you got to know what the fuck you're doing with these things, man. If you go in there and just start like reeling slowly, the fish is going to look at you and be like, okay. Because even the commentator would be like, hey, the fish is interested or the fish is close. And the fish will just look at it. And if you're not doing the exact movement that it wants, it's not going to even pursue you, dude.
There were so many combinations that I tried that like I just couldn't get some fish to be interested, period. Like, they would be interested and they would look at it.
Yeah.
And then they would look at it.
But pursue it?
And then they would look at it. And I was like, fuck it. The only thing I can catch anything on is a spinnerbait. So that's all I use the whole goddamn game.
Honestly,
and a worm.
Same.
I used
the grub?
The little fat worm.
Yep.
That and the spinnerbait. And I was like, this is it. I don't know if... I didn't play enough to really like feel if there was a difference, but supposedly depending on the weather, like if it was overcast, you needed to use a brighter lure, or if it was too sunny, you wanted to use a darker one.
Yep.
I do not know if that.
I would say
I felt a difference.
Slight, if anything, and who knows? It's the fish are random. It's not like the fish are in the same spot every time you come to the zone. So it could have just been a dice roll. Like, I can't tell you. I feel like I had a little bit more success when I would switch the color based on if it was later or early in the day. I could just be talking my ass, though. Because, like, these fish don't give a fuck 99.9% of the time.
I know.
And that's the thing with, like, lure fishing, right? This is the reason why I'm very much a hook and worm guy in real life. Because I don't give a fuck about presentation. It just floats there and the fish is like, I'm hungry, I like stupid fish. They bite the hook, you reel them in.
Catfish.
Yeah, for real, dude. They're just they eat everything.
You just have to pull up. And
you put a shitty hot dog, and it's
lazy man's fishing is catfish fishing,
and that's you know what? That's what I love, bro. And that's the thing. Like, they did a great job of, like, representing, like, presentations, everything in lure fishing, right? However, if I'm playing a video game, dude, like, I just want to have fun, man. And, like, you have the timer beating down your ass. You have, 3 fish in this whole gigantic lake.
Yeah.
And it's like, at what point do you not just, like, throw me a little bit of a fucking bone,
it's like you
man?
don't really have time. Once you start a tournament, you don't have time to location hop.
No.
You can maybe go to 2 locations, and then maybe, just maybe, there's a big one in one of those.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If there isn't a big one, you're going to lose. Like, it's that simple.
Here's the thing. If there is a big one, you're going to lose. You need about big 4.
Dude.
Like, because in order to win a tournament, you need to place top 3.
Yep.
And every tournament, I didn't play a lot of them. I didn't have a lot of time. I played about 4. And every single time in my tournament, I would get a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking, I am 5th.
Yeah.
I am not even close to the top 3. And I go up to the top 3 and I'd be like, how did you get... There was the last tournament where I was bitching to you about, where I was like, I caught like good fish. And then it was like, you're 17th. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go up there and literally they averaged 8-pound fish.
Yeah.
They had 5 fish on, because it's 3 rounds. You do 1, 2, and 3. And on the 3rd round, they had 5 fish and it was like 35 pounds of fucking fish. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Where did you get those? And then their total, like, for the whole tournament was an average of 8 pounds per fish. Yeah. And I was like, I can barely get 2 pounds on a fish.
My average fish, I think, and this is across, I beat the first tournament, and I was like, I mean, that's the thing, dude. My second day, I caught a 16-pound monster, and it was even like, this one's huge, the classic line. But, like, I was like, oh, I'm winning. He had to, like, double fist it, and he, like, lowers this thing into the well, and I was like, oh, I'm winning this shit.
I had the second tournament I played, I got a 13, and I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I'm going to get pretty high with this guy.
It's all an illusion.
No.
It's all an illusion, bro.
Not. It was fucking awful.
The second day, I was in first place, and I was like, here we go, finally. Like, I can just kind of, if I do my average, I'll be fine, and I'll hold first. I got 2 fish day 3, 6 pounds each, and I got a couple this one's small.
Bluegill.
Yeah. There's just no fish in the lake. It's like artificial difficulty increase, and it's like that's
out.
Honestly, that's one thing I hate about fucking games, dude. Like, I don't mind a game being difficult if it's like a mechanic you have to learn, but when it penalizes you, where it's just like, hey, the thing you need to do doesn't exist, it's bullshit. Like, it's not hard, it's just cheap. Like, there's cheap shit in this game. I ended up placing 3rd, and I was like, oh my god, did I win? And I was like, thank god it let me move on to the next area.
And that's what's disappointing, is like, you have to win the tournaments to unlock new locations.
Yep.
And there's no way to play those locations in free mode unless you've unlocked it.
Correct.
And I'm like, dude, I have other shit to play.
Dude, I tried.
I have other shit to do.
I tried, man, because I love this series, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this my all. I even used the fishing controller, because I was like, maybe that's the missing link. Spoiler alert. It's fun to mess around with the fishing controller, but if you want these motherfuckers to give attention, you have to get your micro movements with these lures down, and it's just so much easier with like the pressure sensitivity of the Dreamcast controller. Like, I played a tournament with the fishing reel, saw how I did, and was like, maybe it was a fluke, let me go to free fishing. Did it again, and like, I just noticed they weren't reacting to like my movements. Like, they would, oh, this one's, he's gone, is what the commentator kept saying, and I'm like, I heard that so many fucking times with the fishing reel controller. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing, bro. Like, I fish in real life, and I will say, like, the response for like hooking him, pulling it up, and like fighting him, it feels awesome. Like, it responds
on the controller.
Yeah.
Fishing controller.
It responds really well for 30-year-old tech, dude. Like, it was fun as shit when you had him on the line fighting him, but as far as like the presentation, it's way more difficult because you have a thumbstick on there, right? You can't like just pull the rod up and it will like micro move. You have to like use a thumbstick, which kind of breaks the illusion. I don't know, man. It's easier just to have the right trigger and just give it like a little half squeeze than it is to sit there and be like, let me wiggle this thumbstick with my off hand, because you still have to reel with your right hand, dominant hand, I don't know. It's a fun gimmick, and there's a lot of like the reviews out there.
I'm assuming it's the feeling of like you're holding the rod with one and you're reeling with the other, and you're pulling up on the rod with the other hand.
Well, that's the thing. You think you'd pull up with the rod, but you have to flick the thumbstick that's on there.
That's what I mean. The technology at the time doesn't have some kind of gyroscope type DualSense PlayStation shit.
Right.
So in order for it to simulate like that pulling up on the rod, you have to do something with your offhand, which is what you would be doing normally with your offhand is flicking the rod around.
True. Yeah, that would have been much more natural. It felt too like halfway there. You know what I mean? Like the Wii version of this game was like perfect because it's literally just all movement. This is like movement, the fight, and that's it. Because you still even the hook, you have to push a button. Why don't you pull up if you already have a gyro in there for left and right? Why don't you have an up? You know, it's a fun gimmick, but a lot of the reviews on YouTube, well, both of them that I saw were like, "This was necessary, bro. It ain't
both
necessary."
Of them.
Yeah, it ain't necessary. I'm telling you right now, you ain't missing that much. It is a fun little gimmick, but the prices of the Dreamcast fishing controllers actually gone up significantly more than I realized. So I don't think you need it to play this game. Like, that's my biggest beef with this game's like the artificial difficulty. So when I finally made it to the second tournament, I was like, here we go, baby. Like, I can do this. Dude, it is literally the fucking like Grand Canyon. Like,
I got smashed.
I was like, maybe I just, because when you get to a lake, there's like 3 to 5 zones you can pick from. I was like, maybe I just picked the wrong spot because that's like the Mariana Trench, bro. I was like, this can't be. The whole fucking lake is like that. And I was like, where do you go? So everyone online's like, oh, you go to the docks. And I'm like, I know there's going to be one under there. I get there, bro, it's a 4-pound bass. And I said, okay, well, let me swim to the other side of the lake. Maybe there's a fish there. No. I found one fish in this whole lake. Not even like, that's a lie, I'm sorry, one bass. I found 3 or 4 stripers. But like the artificial difficulty increase of this game is like, it takes so much away from it. Because like this could have been a great game if it gave you the tools you need to win. Like, it's not a me thing. Like, I could catch the fish if I saw them. You just can't see them. They don't exist. And you're fighting the clock constantly because you thought the first lake was deep. Dude, this one, I'm not exaggerating, 35, 40 seconds to let the fucking thing sink. And that's the thing.
That's 30 minutes right there.
You fuck up your cast, it's another 35, 40 seconds. You know what I mean? So, like, I had one fish I found finally. He was on, like, a bend. So I was like, okay, let me throw out the point, and I can bring the lure in front of him so he sees it. Like, of course, I fucking overcast it. Let it sink, and start trying to get the fish to pursue. It was too deep. But like the fish is like literally 15 feet down.
Yeah, so, it's like if you go on a medium depth lure, it's not going to drop far enough.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like, let me get the heavy one. And when you start reeling it in, it goes too high. Yeah, dude, there's no winning in this game. Like it's the definition of like you can't win. It's so frustrating, man. And it sucks because I think mechanically the game's actually fun.
Because there was a couple of moments where I was like, I want to use this lure because this fish down there is interested, but it's not dropping.
Right.
Where can I add variable weights? Because in real life, all you got to do is pinch a fucking weight on the line and you can make it heavier. So, like, where is that option? And there just wasn't, which sucked.
Yeah.
Because that would have made things a little bit better, in my opinion.
Well, that's the thing, too.
It's like you could have, like, and maybe it's me just being particular and maybe they weren't able to do it, but, like, depending on where you put the weight on the lure, like, you can put a weight on the line a little high up, and then the lure will still float a little bit. So
like yeah,
so it could still drop to that depth, but still float off the bottom because everything that drops to the bottom in this game like drags on the bottom, and that's what was frustrating. Is I'm like, I need to get this off the bottom, and no matter how fast I reel it, it just drags across pixels.
You've literally got to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like literally, you have to cast perfect, you have to reel perfect, you have to present perfect. Because if you don't, you're just going to lose. Like, these guys will just dust you.
Yeah.
And it's the most frustrating part of this game, dude. Because that's the thing. It sucks because mechanically this shit was fun. Like, we had a fish on the line. Fighting the fish was fun. Like, the minigame that pops up, you have, like, a tension bar on the right side of the screen. So you're paying attention to that. The fish fights really good. Like, he'll move left and be like, fuck you, I'm going right. And then revert back to left. Like, the mechanics of, like, fighting the fish when he's on the hook. It's a blast, man. The problem is this doesn't happen enough. Like,
yeah, I don't think I lost any fish from when I was playing.
No, that's the thing. You've got to be patient and pay attention to your cues, right? Like, the fish will run and he will tire out, so it gives you ample time to reel him in. It's just like real life. Like, you sit there and fight the fish, you move the rod in the opposite direction the fish is running, and once he stops pulling on it, that's when you reel him in. You just got to pay attention, and you got to be patient. Like, that 16-pounder, I was like, oh, I'm going to lose this guy for sure. There's no fucking way I reel him in. No, man, I got him. And like, it took a lot of time, but the reward is you get a huge fish and you win the tournament. Haha, joke's on you. But it is rewarding when you complete a catch. And that's the thing. When he gets close to the boat, there's a meter that kind of goes like I don't know how to describe, like a speedometer, basically. And you have to line it up. If you're pulling in the opposite direction to like give more tension, your space of success where you have to push the A button to line it up, it gets bigger. So like it gives you tools to need once the fish is on the hook. But getting that fucking fish on the hook, man, it's a fucking nightmare. And it sucks because, like, the game's good when it's on. When all cylinders are firing, the game's fun. Like, I had a blast playing this when I was able to play it, and it was if it was something I was doing, like, hey, you can't use a lure, you're a fucking idiot, okay, that's on me. But when you have, 3 chances to get 1 fish in the lake and the other guys are catching a minimum of 5 fish, what do you do?
Like, I'm like, where the fuck did you find 5 fish? And then where did you find 5 that you can keep?
I remember you telling me that when you were playing. You're like, dude, like, they keep getting 5 fish and I can only find like 3. I was like playing the first zone and I was like, oh, there's the first level, the first day of the first tournament. And I was like, dude, there's fish everywhere. What are you talking about? And I got to day 3. I was like, oh, there's literally 3 fish in the whole lake.
Yeah.
And 3 of them are fucking crappie, Like, what do you do? It's just artificial difficulty, man. And it's my biggest sin in gaming. Like, I don't mind a difficult game where you have to learn. This ain't it. This is literally, how can we fuck you as the player? And it's not fun. Like, it's the biggest black eye on this game because it's a good game when it is cooperating. And it's not even like, oh, you suck, Brian, get good at the fucking game. It's out of my control. That's what I'm trying to stress here. Like, if it's me, fine, I suck. Point the finger at me and tell me I suck. I don't care. I got thick skin. But what a disappointment, man. Like, mechanically, it's similar to the first game with improvements, That's what we want in a sequel. Like, mechanically, y'all did great, but cooperation, and I get, like, they say they
made the wrong audience.
For real, dude. Like, know your audiences, dude. It
was the wrong audience.
Pop, nail on the head, man. Yeah. Because the people that loved the first game and bought the first game and ate it up liked the arcade style of it and liked how you made fishing easy, Like, it's just, they missed the mark. Like, if they were going to line up the shot, they far right, brother. Far right. All right. I think we covered everything with the gameplay. It's, major disappointment on top of disappointment. Let's move on to the graphics. All right, the graphics. Barry, what'd you think of the graphics for this game?
I thought they were pretty decent. I think the character models looked like buns.
Yeah.
But the fish were really good, and they were animated very well. I don't want to say the boat animation, because the boat really didn't do a lot, but being able to move through the water was good. The lighting was kind of muted, though. I think regardless of the weather, the only time it was really good was when it was like super bright and sunny, but then every time after that, all the colors felt very muted, so I feel like it could have been a little brighter, but... It's
like they put a weird, like, I'm trying to be, like, a realism filter over it, where everything's, like, sun-blinded, kind of.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I think this is kind of a tale of two games, right? Because I think above water, I think it doesn't look horrible, it doesn't look bad. I hate to just be like, oh, it looks okay. But I mean, the Dreamcast is only so powerful. It looks good above water, and it's definitely like, I hate to keep going back to the first game, but there's more detail. Like the docks have like objects on them, or there's like plants, there's shrubbery. That's a nice little touch. But I think when you go underwater is when the game like really shines. Like you were talking about the animations, like the animations are really solid for the fish, man. I talked about earlier how like I love pan fishing, and like the first time I saw a bluegill and it moved like a bluegill, I was like, dude, this is pretty fucking cool, man. They definitely spent all of the budget, all the time on like the fish animations, and they nailed it, man. Just the way they react, like the way they even like go for the bait and they bite, like everything about the animations for the fish is top notch. Like I would say like 10 out of 10 as far as like the fish themselves.
Yeah. The fish were really good.
Yeah, hands down the best. And honestly, I think it's probably the strongest part of this game is like just watching the fish is actually somewhat enjoyable because they move like actual fish. The way they pursue your lure, like it's really cool as a fish fan. Like, I hate saying a fish fan, bro, but like I love animals. I've talked about my love of animals on here, and for me, it's like reptiles and fish. Like they're my shit. So like it was really enjoyable as someone who likes animals and shit. I do think some of the talking about the animations again, not even just like the fish, but some of the animations, like when you hold it, like after you win your tournament, when you like lift them up and you're showing off your prize.
They were a little clunky.
Yeah.
They were a little clunky. It's like all of the animations that were not the fish, that was like, oh fuck, we have to do something for the person who caught it.
Yeah.
Clunky.
Yep.
But the fish were done great.
Yeah.
And I think they just focused on the fish more because that was supposed to be, it's a fishing game. We're gonna be watching and looking at, and the the ship battles. Oh God, Skies of Arcadia is coming back to me. Whoa. Okay, let me get back. The fish battles, like actually reeling the fish in. That whole thing of the animation was pretty good too.
Because they'd go below water and back up. Like there's a lot of like you said, the focal points of the fish, and like nailed it, home run. Grand slam even, I would say. Just the rest of the game, man. It's not ugly. It just kind of seems like it's pre-piss filter era, but there's like this weird, I want to say like realism, like muggy filter, you know?
It paved the way for piss.
It's pre-piss.
It's pre-piss.
But yeah, even like the water physics and stuff, I was actually a little disappointed in that. For them to spend the time and worry about like water temperature and like, all these extra realism features, like the waves play an important part too. And like they just kind of just go across the, like if you're fishing towards the bank, there's always the old joke where it's like people on a boat throw towards the bank and people on the bank throw towards the boats. So like there's times I'd be throwing towards the banks and it's like the water's kind of stops. It doesn't like splash or go up on the bank. And I'm kind of like, this is disappointing, man. Like they could have at least made, I'm not saying it had to be like ultra realistic water physics, but everything above the water seems dead.
There were some rough points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with that area where it was like a cove, but it was a cove of a bunch of like dead trees.
Yeah.
And the way that the dead trees interacted with where it came out of the water was like cut and dry, like storybook paper.
Right. There's nothing that like above water interacts with anything the way it's supposed to. It feels very dead above water, but it's very lively once you're underwater. Because even the plants, like you'd watch them like move and sway, and if you brush your lure against shit, it would move. If you ran against the bottom of the ground, like dirt would kick up. It's a tale of two halves for this game for me. Like above water, it's very underwhelming, but underwater, it's pretty sick, dude. Like there's a bunch of cool shit underwater. Even the environments, like, again, some of these are just like trenches, and I think it's almost like the second most boring thing you can do. Like you're going to see a lot of brown. It's not a pretty game. It's not, we're not sea fishing, so you don't have like colorful fish. It is like ugly freshwater bass and shit.
Yeah, they're not tropical.
There's no contrast, right? There's not a lot of contrast when you're underwater. So as far as like the design, like I think it looks realistic, but it might not necessarily be like eye-catching, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think there was unfortunately underwater was boring.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't like there were no plants.
No.
They couldn't do plants at all.
Because there's like cattails and stuff, but like once you're past them, you're past them. There's no like shrubbery as you're
like
going
algae,
with.
or because like a lot of fish like to live in the algae or the bottom plants where they can kind of like hide.
Right.
There was none of that in there. It was just like sand through and through. But like you said, the Dreamcast can only do so much.
Yeah.
So it was just. You throw your lure and it plops down into a grayish, bluish, greenish kind of water thing, and then you hit something that looks like a surface, and you're like, oh, okay, but there's a rock.
Yeah, but
there's
you can't move
rock.
a rock.
Yeah. Oh, I got stuck on the rock.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's weird because, like, I do think the graphics are probably the high point for me, but it's because the animation more so than the design, Like, the fish animation, it is, like, even, I'm not going to lie, I would go to that mode and just watch them swim around because I'm like, this is fucking cool, bro. This is what I want. I miss my pet fish. Like, it's cool to watch them swim around. But past that.
I got an aquarium. Do you want it?
Sherry would kill me, but yeah. I really do. I've been thinking about it.
It's your dad's.
It's the old one? Yeah, dude. Oh, man. It's 55 gallon, I think.
Yep, I'm just telling you.
I'd be so tempted, bro.
Euro.
For real, I'd love it. This is so off topic. I don't even care. When I first got with Sherry, we were like rescuing animals and shit, and she was like, oh, you love animals or whatever, so she bought me for my birthday like this badass beta tank, and it was like a 3-tier, so it was like a waterfall. So she was like, oh, I'll pick out a fish and you get 2. Bro, I had this beautiful red beta that was like the size of my fist, like fucking huge. His name was the Hulk. He was sick. And she got like an orange one, a blue one. I miss my fish. They were so cool. Just, I have huskies and bad things happen. It's
woof. Well, the huskies don't come downstairs.
No. Well, they do like once a month. Yeah, maybe I can get fish down here. It gets cold though. I don't know. It's off topic.
Water heaters.
It's true. This is off topic. Anyways, yeah, I miss my fish. It's awesome. It was a treat to see them. Like, it was so cool. But yeah, man, I don't have a lot more about the graphics. Mixed bag. Animations were great. I can leave it at that. It was a really mixed bag though. With that out of the way, let's move on to the sound and music. Alright, sound and music. So, to talk about the composer of this game, her name was Eriko Sakurai, and you're familiar with her work. She has been with Sega A1 team forever. It's like all the big arcade classic games. She did Altered Beast, she did all the House of the Dead games, which have awesome like upbeat soundtracks. You know, all the Sega games, they're because they're designed by the same person, but they all have kind of like the same consistent, like, I don't want to say jazzy. There are brass instruments. There's a lot of like bass, funky. Like Sega's got a sound, you know what I mean? Even back to the Genesis, like Sega's always had like a thing with sound. Arcade machines are the same way. And this game's like very much in that spirit, right? I dig the music a lot, man. Like it slaps, honestly. It's like kind of like a mix between brass and electronic with like bass heavy tones. Like it's fun, man. It's got an upbeat, like even the menu music's cool, but while you're fishing too, like kind of gets your adrenaline going. I think the sound design was like, the music design was like really good. I think they did a great job with the music. What'd you think of it?
This is one of the very, very rare instances of the entire history of this podcast where I cannot say anything about this category because I did not listen to the sound.
You just focused on fishing?
No, because I'm so short on time, yeah. I have to multitask. So when I'm playing video games, I'm simultaneously watching other things or like listening to podcasts or like doing all the other shit that I can like. I don't need to actively like look and watch at it, but I need to actually listen to it. And then with video games, sometimes I don't need to actively listen to it. I could just play it and watch it.
Right.
So I have to combine both. And at the time that I was playing this game, I was like trying to get through a whole bunch of like backlog actual plays. So I was like, so I just now realized I did not listen to it whatsoever. Oops.
Well,
that's my life right now. Like any moment where there's silence, it's earbuds and it's just videos.
Just multitasking.
When I'm driving, it's earbuds and videos, or plugging it in my car. Yeah, it's a lot of multitasking, like multiple media. That's why I haven't watched anime because I have to read it, and I'm just like I have to only watch anime. I can't afford to only watch anime right now. I have to do.
Can't be a dub person, bro. Yeah, I can't be a dub person.
I can't. Only like 3 things I'll do dub on.
Yeah. But yeah, the music, yeah, it's very tonally, like I think you know what I'm talking about. Like Sega has that sound and it's right there with it. And they have the same composer work on all this stuff. Like you can tell. If you're a Sega fan and I was like, hey, guess who did the soundtrack for this game? Sega fans would know. Like it stands out so obvious. As far as the sound design itself, the announcer from the first game, he's back. He's still awesome. You still get the classic lines like, this one's huge, that's a big one. Like he's gone. Like you get all the classic beats. I thought the sound was awesome. It doesn't do anything revolutionary, you know. Honestly, there's a lot of recycled sounds from the first one where it's like this sounds very familiar. I can't tell you if it's the same wave splash or whatever.
I'm surprised they didn't change a bunch of the sound as much as they changed a bunch of the game.
Right, but yeah, it's surface level. Like I don't know if they actually recorded like lures moving and shit, but they all sounded the same to me, you know. I don't think it's like nowadays where it's like, oh, this cartridge is going to sound different when they fire a gun. Like, they didn't give a fuck. They're like, make it sound like water. The fish strike, you know, make it zzz, you get the reel going and shit. There's cool stuff in it, but I don't think it's anything new and or revolutionary as far as the sound effects themselves. They're well done. I'm not saying like they're shitty, but
yeah,
memorable, it's a different conversation, you know. The commentators, honestly, they stand out for me. Like, he's part of what gets you pumped up in the original game, and this one's no different. It just, you know, you're catching less fish like we talked about in the gameplay.
I mean, it's hard to rely on the narrator and commentator to, like, get you pumped up to fish in a game where it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, exactly. It happens like, so much less.
It's like you're using music and sound and effects for an arcade game, but you're not slapping it in an arcade game.
Yeah,
it's
true. It is kind of like
quite fit the vibe of like a sim.
100% correct. Like, that was one of the things with the first game. It made it feel like an arcade. It was loud. He was like, whoa, you know what I mean? But then it's like you have the realistic fishing. If there was some dude next to you in your boat, you were fishing with your buddy, and he was like, oh my God, whoa, that one got away. You'd be like, shut up, dude. It's a game of contrast. But I just think if like this wasn't Sega Bass Fishing, would that dude even be in it, you know?
Yeah.
So And it's weird they strayed far from the arcadey roots. It almost makes you think like, was he just kind of tacked on there? Or, there's not a lot of information about this game, so it's all just theorizing.
Or, maybe it was recorded and then the game direction changed in the middle, and they were like, we don't want arcade anymore, change it to more of a sim, but you can keep the music.
Yeah, I could see that. And it's like, we got it already, fuck it. Because, they kind of sent this thing to die anyway. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a late release. Like, the PS2 was out, they probably were just like, well, hey, we had a hit. Let's see if we can strike lightning twice. Because Sega was not doing great at this point. Right.
Yeah.
So I could see that. And again, it's all theories, but I can look at this fish in the cover in the eye and it checks out, bro. I'm like, yep, he was up to something. But yeah, I hate to sit here and just be like, oh, mediocre, but there's some good songs. I'll have some good selections to pick between for the transitions, but can I tell you the names of them? No. Nope. The music's fun though. But overall, I think her catalog's worth checking out if you're interested in her music and the Sega stuff. This fits right in line with that. So she does a lot of really good work. So I think the music's great and the sound effects, yeah. All right, let's get down to business. Ask the ultimate question, is it worth it? So we've talked about it a little bit with this game. It's kind of interesting. They sent this game to die. It's a late release. It's part of a franchise that is, well, the first game's beloved. I don't know about the rest of them. But, oh man. Honestly, this game reviewed pretty well when it came out, which is also kind of surprising because he figured a lot of these review magazines and stuff kind of moved on to the PS2 by this point. But got a lot of 8s, 7, 9s, a lot higher score than I would suspect. Man, honestly, for me, I don't know, man. This game, look, here's the deal. This is a $100 game. This is the most expensive sports game I own. Piggyback off the last episode. 100, and it's consistently 100, 100, 100, 120, 110. This game is averaging about $100. It's a ghost, though. I'll say that. I don't see this game very often. My copy's not great. You can look at it. It's pretty beat up. It's the only one I've ever seen in person. That's why I have it. I said, oh my god, it's Sega Bass Fishing 2, and I grabbed that bitch. I didn't know there was tape on the manual and shit, but I grabbed it. I paid $30 for it, and I was like, oh man, $30 back then, whenever the fuck I grabbed this was a lot, But I've never seen it. It's one I've been looking for forever because I am a fan of the series, and obviously I'm going for all the fishing games, but I don't see this thing ever. And there's no, the first game was ported to fucking everything. You got it on Wii, you got it on Steam, you got it on Xbox, PlayStation. This one, they said, fuck it, we're not going to port this thing. This is literally the only way you can play this game. And in the past, my rule's always been well, if that's what if you got to pay to play, you got to pay to play. However, I can't in good faith go tell you out there they're spending $100 on this fucking game, bro.
Emulator works great.
Does it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the controls are really responsive. The upscaling looks great. There's some graphical glitching with the water when it's above. When you start a stage and it pans over the area, there's some graphical glitching where the water, it's like they only had a singular set of pixels on the top to be the water surface, and that will glitch in and out, and you can see under it.
Interesting.
But other than that, the emulator works great.
If that's all you got to worry about. Is that worth $100 to you? You know what I mean? And that's the thing, man. As somebody who loves fishing games and loves this franchise, I cannot in good faith be this game's worth $100. And it's me. I'm always the one that's oh, if you got to pay to play, I can't in good faith tell you to pay and play for this game.
And I feel like I would say something different if the controller maybe brought more to the table.
Yeah.
But the controller being so weak, it's the controller's not making the game better. It's not making the game more enjoyable or adding to the experience. It's actually hampering you.
Yeah.
So the controller not bringing anything kind of knocks it even further back into the category of why not just emulate it?
Yeah.
Why buy this one?
It's weird because every time I'm oh, this is my biggest disappointment. I'm no, wait, no, it was this. This game's just full of disappointments for me, man. And I think, honestly, like, the fishing reel controller, I was so excited to finally use this thing, and I'm like, this is it. Like, it responds well, but like you're saying, it makes the game inherently more difficult. And the game's already, like, artificially difficult, and that's a huge black eye for me, dude. Like, I hate that shit more than anything. Like, I wanted to love this game, and I thought I'd go in and be like, oh, I want to put a good spot out on this game. You know, there's not a lot of media out there about this game. There's not a lot of information. I wanted to be like, yeah, this game's cool. You guys should check it out. Like, this is a sleeper. It's a hidden gem. No, it's not, dude. Like, it's really not. I don't think it's a bad game, per se, but it's oddly kind of a chore to play it, you know? Like, like I tried for about 4.5, 5 hours to, like, progress when I got to that second stage, and I'm like, how much of that 4.5 or 5 hours did I spend just watching a lure sink? And I started thinking about, like, dude, like, I bet it was at least an hour of just watching a lure go down the Mariana Trench and keep sinking and sinking and sinking, and it's like, is that fun? Is that something I want to spend my time with?
Right.
No. I want to fish. So, like, by the end of it, I was like, you know, fuck going for bass. I'm going to go to the fucking free fish and, like, get a worm on my line and catch these bluegills. Like, shit's more fun. Like,
yeah.
I hate to say it.
And that's what sucks is, like, the free mode is fun. It's like, it's nice to just go out there and not have to be worried about a time limit to, like, catch them. But the fact that the other areas are locked behind tournament and you have to play tournament in order to get them makes the game tiresome.
Yes.
Because I'm still fishing the same areas over and over and over and over. Yeah. And I can't expand.
And that's the thing, man.
This is the Dark Souls of fishing games.
Dude, it's tough. You know what? And if it was, like I said earlier, if it's my fault because I suck with the lure, that's on me. But, like, if you're just increasing the difficulty with inflated bullshit to make it last longer, shame on you, man. Especially after the first, like we talked about at the beginning of the episode, like, after the success of the first one, what people love about the first game is, like, you can just pick it up and play it. You can just, you know, pick at it. This game is like it's like a job. Like, you have to work at catching these fucking fish, and it's like, I get the reward and the payoff or whatever, but if they were able to catch and they were abundant, that'd be the thing. If, like, the fish was just hard to get its attention, but they were available, fine.
Yeah.
That's different. They're not available. They're ghost. They're like this game. You can't find them in the game. It's so meta, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I think this is a cool collectible just because you don't see it. Like, as a fishing game, this is like the crown jewel of my fishing game collection, but I can't in good faith recommend this game at all, dude. Like, I don't. This is, as much as I said the last episode we did, you know, Drakengard was disappointing. Like, this is damn near the most disappointing game we've done for this podcast, in my opinion, for me personally, because this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably definitely the most disappointing of your pick.
Yeah. And for the 100th episode, it's like a cherry on top.
Great job, Ryan. Great job, Ryan. We could have changed and changed the schedule and, like, you know, actually release a Star Wars episode like it's supposed to be because it's May the 4th, but I guess not. Sure. I think this game suffers from, especially now, a saturated market where I can't recommend buying this game for $100 when there are so many other things to play that are better.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the time, everybody was like, you are pretty much getting one console or the other. Like, it was very rare for really anybody to have all of the consoles. At least in my experience, when I went to a friend's house, it was usually like they had one.
Right.
And you needed to have a bunch of friends so you could collect friends who we all had the same.
Right.
Like, one of you has a GameCube, one of you has a PlayStation, you know, one of you has this. So then you go down to, okay, if this dumb schmuck decided to pick the Dreamcast, what games are available on the Dreamcast? Well, fucking nothing. So then you get Sega Bass Fishing, probably because your dad bought it. And so you have Sega Bass Fishing and some other Dreamcast game to play. What's another one?
Power Stone.
I don't think people would have got Power Stone.
People love Power Stone. Crazy Taxi.
NFL or fucking something.
NFL Blitz, whatever.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi, right? You got, like, the staples. Then you got Sega Fishing because your dad decided to buy it, like, you know, Gran Turismo. It's how I played that game.
Right.
So, like, you got 3 games. So you got real good at fishing because that was the only damn game you were playing. You didn't have the other games to play. But now it's like, why would I spend the equivalent time of learning how to be so good at one game because I was too poor to buy more when I'm not too poor to buy more because I'm not too poor to spend $100 on this game. Yeah. Because if I'm spending $100 on this game, I have $100 to work with.
Yeah.
And this would not be my choice.
It's a tough sell, dude. It's a real tough sell. That's interesting too. Like, I couldn't find sales data or anything for this game, but like, I know for a fact this thing sold like shit. Like, VG Charts has nothing. And I'm like, oh shit. But like,
it's that bad.
It's weird, man, because there's things about this game I actually really do like. Like, I like the mechanics. I like the gameplay when you get on a fish. But it's nowhere near worth $100. Like, why the fuck wouldn't I be like, hey, play the better first game that's way cheaper? You know, there's no reason to buy this game unless you are a video game collector. There's no reason on earth to buy this game to play it. Now, as a collectible, I do think it's an interesting piece because I do believe it's low print. Again, this is the only one I've ever seen in person as long as I've been doing this, and you know, I don't expect to see more of them. Like, there's not a shitload of them on eBay. There's no media for this game. This isn't one of those games where a dude's going to do a YouTube video and it's going to take off because it's just fucking fishing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been steady at $100 for a long time. Like, I don't think there's room to grow on it either. So I don't necessarily think like you're wasting your money or you're like, you know, buying an investment here. I think you get what you pay for. Like, it's going to stay steady at $100. I don't think this is like,
I think it's kind
of a good collectible to buy for investment purpose, but I think it's an interesting collectible for if it fits your collection. You know what I mean?
It's a game where it's like you're not. I don't think it's going to go down simply for the fact that it is scarce.
Yeah,
and that's all it's got going for it.
It's a late life cycle game. Those are always like, you know, some of the higher end games on a system. Like, I don't know, man. It's an interesting piece, but there's no way in fucking saying, yeah, dude, like, worth it. You gotta pay to play like I have in the past. There's no way in fucking telling y'all that. I can't lie to y'all. And this is like my shit.
Yeah, it's like Sega Bass Fishing 2 or like Wii fucking Fishing Resort. Right, like, what am I spending my $100 on?
Yeah, and it's $20 less. Yeah, like, why wouldn't you get that? Like, I don't know, man.
I just think this one has the scarcity. The Dreamcast is a console that not a lot of people got like invested into. Mm-hmm. But outside of the scarcity and ability to find this, like, this doesn't offer anything else as a collectible. No. It really doesn't. No. So.
Major disappointment for me, man. Like, I wanted to sit here and white knight this shit. I can't, bro. Like, this is so far up my alley where it's like, oh, it's a rare fishing game. It's, you know, it's the crown jewel of fishing. But, like, I can't, dude. Like, I can't sit here and say...
Crown jewel of fishing covered in mud.
Shit, dude. I can't say much positive about this fucking game, dude. And it's a little heartbreaking. It really is. Like, I'm happy to own it for the price I paid. Mm-hmm. But, like, there's no way on earth. It would be the last fishing game I buy to complete my collection at $100, dude. Like, I couldn't be like, hey, when we go to Southeast Game Exchange, let's look for Sega Bass Fishing 2 for $100. There's way more shit for $100 I could get that I'd rather have than this. Yeah. Like, and this is something I actively collect. This is me actively collect the fishing game guy. Probably the only one on fucking YouTube that's like, yeah, dude, fishing games. I can't in good faith tell you to buy this fucking game, man. Like, it's just too hard of it's a stamp no for me. Like,
big fat
no. Avoid. And it sucks. Like, I wanted to sit here and love this. I can't. Like, it's heartbreaking, devastating.
Yeah, you know, if they put any semblance of a story, I could have stayed in there a little longer.
Dude, that's the thing, man, because, like, I'm really actively trying to beat every game for the podcast this year, and I was like, this one I was like, man, I don't have this in me right now. Like, I don't feel like it was something that I could keep working at to get better and beat.
No!
It was just like, you're fucked, and I'm like, okay. Like, I give up. I gave up on this game.
There was nothing in this game where I was like, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I just need to do that, or I just need to, like, you know, unlock this lure, or like shit. Like, I couldn't do anything if the game's not generating the fucking fish for me to fish. I can't fish.
That's the thing, because, like, I was like, maybe I just have the wrong lure, and like every online guide that I could find was like, oh yeah, use the lure, and I'm like, it's the one I'm using. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Because the first game had like the Sonic lure, and it's like a magnet, you know. I was like, maybe that's in here. Nope, it's realistic. There's no Sonic lure. Like, okay, so it's not a me problem. Like, it's literally a broken game.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck anybody beat this goddamn thing, dude. Like, I swear to God.
Like I said, because they're poor and it's the only game they could play.
They had to.
How did anybody beat any games, you know, like that?
More willpower than me and less first world problems, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Barry, what's next for the Collecti-Bros Podcast, episode 101?
Well, episode 101 that was supposed to come out today, that didn't. We're going to go over our favorite Star Wars games. Yeah. Because May the 4th is turning into May the month of Star Wars. to justify me doing this episode.
Yeah.
So, that's what's next.
It's a cool one, man. I've got a bunch of. I got some good Star Wars games, man, and some bad ones that I love.
Star Wars games.
Nice. Revenge of the Fifth.
That's it.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for sticking with us for 100 episodes. It's been a pleasure. Maybe for 200, I'll pick a better fucking game.
No, I'm picking it next time.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Even if it's my turn, I got you. But you know what? I fucked up here. But thanks for listening, everybody. Again, check us out on social media at Collecti-Bros Pod, YouTube. Here's the Discord on the screen one more time if y'all want to join and chat with us. Thanks for hanging. Keep collecting. Break that ceiling. Collecti-Bros out. Bye. Bye.
If I can do the Brian move.
Bye.